So today we're gonna be doing something completely different. I am gonna attempt to make a web app with our brand new tool, Hostinger Horizons, and here is the catch. I will only have 1 hour to do it. Here I have my 1 hour timer on this little iPad over here, and yeah, basically I will try my best to create the most feasible web app in this time frame. And also in the studio with me here today is Vaidotas, who is behind the camera right now.
Hey, nice to be here.
So he will either be judging me really hard or helping me out with this web app.
I'll try to be gentle today.
Please do, because I've never attempted anything like this before. I mean, 1 hour is pretty short period of time, but we're gonna put Hostinger Horizons to the test. So first, I want to tell you a little bit about what kind of app I will be building here today. So I gave this a lot of thought, and then I kind of looked into my own life, what web apps I have been using most lately, and the web app that I've been using the most is Airbnb, because I just booked a trip to Bali, Indonesia, and I have spent hours and hours and hours just browsing through Airbnb and booking like different apartments and different accommodations all over Bali. So I mean, I thought, why not try and replicate the Airbnb web app, but make it a bit better with a couple of other features that Airbnb doesn't have. And I did a lot of research on what kind of features I could add that would be really cool and that, you know, could be brand new and that could only be featured on this app that I'm gonna make today. And I put basically Reddit to the job, then Quora, then ChatGPT, all of these tools to help me out with brainstorming. So without further ado, let's get this timer started and let's get to building. Okay guys, timer has started. Let's get to building this web app with Hostinger Horizons. So first off, I'm just gonna head to HPanel, click on websites, websites list, and start a brand new Hostinger Horizons project. So let's go. Okay, so we have this interface here, and honestly guys, big brain maneuver here. I did actually pre-prep a starting prompt for this web app. So what I'm gonna do is just copy and paste my prompt that I already thought of before into Horizons. So here, let's see what Hostinger Horizons can come up with the starting prompt. And here on the left side, we can see what Hostinger Horizons is doing step by step. And on the right side, we have the sandbox where we will be able to see the preview of our web app.
While Horizons build the app, I just want to shout out Elizabeth for doing a great job researching her idea, going to Reddit, Quora, and everywhere else, because I know ideas can pop up in these real life scenarios, but an idea is just an idea until you properly sit down, do your research, and try to actually create it. Think of it more, you know, from more angles. So great job on that. This really makes it super easy to get started rather than thinking on your feet while creating the app. So kudos to you.
Well, thank you for that. And yes, I did do a lot of research because I was really nervous for this challenge and I really want to create a cool web app. So we can now see the first prototype of the app that Hostinger Horizons created with that one prompt I entered. And I mean, really basic stuff here. We have like the same picture on all of the like destinations. We have a tiny little search bar here and we have the title Journey Hub over here. So obviously still lots of tweaking needed for this web app to be at least somewhat functional and somewhat presentable. So the first thing I really want to fix here is the search bar, because I mean, this really does nothing. So what I want to do is create a search bar which gives people the option to search destinations, pick the number of people, and also select their dates from when they want to travel. So let's do that.
Yes, the quintessential thing about booking website. It's great to start there. And for the images, don't mind the images just yet. It's still a prototype. You can upload your images whenever you want. And don't forget that Horizons is creating all of this from scratch, just providing you the main idea, what you asked it for. So focus on functionality first, and you can tweak the image really a little bit later.
Okay, so second prompt entered, I said create a search bar where people can search destinations, select the number of people, and select check-in and check-out dates. So we'll see what Horizons can come up with. And there we go. I mean, it did exactly what I asked it to do. It created a search bar. We can search up destinations here. We can select the dates. And I love that it added this little calendar thingy here. And also the number of guests we can select as well. Obviously, I don't know what these pictures are. Like, this is really kind of weird.
Yeah, these pictures don't seem to be matching the city lofts or mountain chalets. But hey, like we said, it's going through the free images gallery so far, and don't worry about it for now. Just focus on the functionality. And I can see a button missing for search, so why don't you focus on that?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I also don't like how like this is really at the side and this part's really condensed. So what I'm gonna do is ask Horizons to add search button to it and also maybe make it in the middle a bit, like the search bar itself.
You know what? A cool thing about Horizons is that you can add images or designs if you like to draw or have any other examples. So what maybe you can do here is maybe draw up an example from, I don't know, Airbnb itself, if that is similar to what you're looking for, and just attach an image to it. Maybe that will help the Horizons to give it what you want.
Honestly, that's a really good idea. Yes, good thing you said that, because I honestly love that you can attach pictures to the prompt. You can do that by just dragging them in from your computer or just clicking this little paperclip icon at the bottom left corner. So yeah, honestly, great idea, Vaidotas. Thank you. So here I have already Airbnb open because I'm using it as a reference. So what I'm gonna do is basically just screenshot Airbnb search bar and drag it into Horizons. So I'm gonna say add a search option to the search bar. Hopefully Horizons understands me.
Although, like, as a tip, it's great to give it some design advice also, like what type of color button could it be, or ask it to center your subject in the middle. But for now, let's see what it cooks up.
True. But as we said, I kind of want to focus on the functionality first and then try to kind of tweak the design elements later on. I mean, I do only have 1 hour, guys. 52 minutes now, so let's get to the essentials. But yeah, you're totally right. I'll try and fix the design stuff later and also fix those pictures that we had of this weird man.
Looks more like a doctor's appointment.
Yeah, I know, right? Okay, way better? Like, this is looking great, right? We have, like, look at Airbnbs, right? This is really similar, like really similar.
Like, I mean, it even grabbed like the subcategories that Airbnb has.
Like the castle tree. Obviously, there are still no options under here. Well, under some actually there are, but we can always add more, but that's not the point here right now. So basically, we have the dates. Are they selectable? They are selectable. So I can select the check-in, check-out dates. I can select the number of people. Okay, so the thing that bugs me is that when I click on search destinations, like I start typing it in and obviously it gives me the suggestions here, but here we don't have this little drop down menu with the actual like locations, that it should suggest to me. But let's just for now click search and see what happens. Basically what happens is I just get this one property here and nothing really changes. All that happens is just basically it isolates the Bali property. So what I want to do next is create a function that when I click search destinations, it gives me a little drop down of the destinations that are there in the system. So let's prompt that. Okay, so I basically told Horizons to add a drop-down menu when I click where in the search bar so that I can see destination options while typing. So let's see if it understands it. If it doesn't, then we can always rephrase this prompt with ChatGPT and make it more AI friendly. That way Horizons can understand it better. By the way, guys, there are a lot of prompting tips that I would love to share with you and a lot of mistakes that actually people make when prompting with Horizons. Horizons. So we don't have time for all of that today, but if you want to learn about the most common mistakes people make when prompting with Horizons, definitely check out this video. The link for it will also be in the description below, so definitely check it out. But now let's see what Horizons can cook up for us. That is great. That is exactly what I wanted it to give me. Okay, so see now whenever I click, you know, search destinations, it gives me all these drop-down options, which is great, and it's even really interactive. Like if I start typing Bali, it gives me Barcelona, Dubai, Bali, Indonesia. That is really cool and understood me from the first prompt, which is really great. Okay, let's see what happens when I search something up. Okay, now see we have a little bit of a oh no, never mind. We can select the dates. Everything is good here. Number of people, and let's try and search. Okay, so we don't have any options for Bali, Indonesia. I'm curious, is it just Bali, Indonesia, or is it not giving me any options for anything? Okay, let's try. Okay, so it's not giving me any options when I click search. So what I'm gonna do is ask Horizons to actually give me some property options when I click search.
Yeah, you can just ask it to create more examples of destinations and trips. Since it is creating like AI generated places, since Horizons isn't connected to travel agencies, nothing else. So it needs to create them for now, since this is just a prototype of how it looks. So don't be confused.
Yeah, exactly. This is like this web app is obviously not connected to any like other platforms. So this is complete prototype, but it can give a really good idea and can possibly become an actual web app in the future. Okay, so I entered a prompt saying create more examples of destinations. So we'll see if it understands this prompt again. Also guys, big disclaimer here, I am not a developer or a pro coder or anything like that whatsoever. So if I actually manage to create a web app in this 1 hour time frame, you can do that as well. Literally anyone can.
So I really like that you mentioned that this tool is for people who are inspired and full of ideas, just like you did when you found your great improvement idea for Airbnb. We really want to empower anyone to use this tool to take their ideas and make them come to life. And they can do it in a really small time frame, really not expensive. The whole experience is really not expensive, so yeah.
Okay, in the meantime, while we were chit-chatting, Horizons did its thing. Let's see if it actually gives me options now. So it actually does give me search results here now. And if I click book now, right now the book now button is not functional. But what I really don't like here is that, okay, so I pick a destination, right? Let's say Santorini. Fine, it gives me options, but it feels like nothing changes, right? I really want the screen to change and for it to like, you know, kind of maybe push down a bit, because now I can barely notice that there are any changes when I select a location, right? So let's try that. So what I typed was, when I click search, make the screen change and bring me to a page with listings of properties. Okay, so it did like kind of a different angle here. Now it's not like searching is showing examples of properties, it's just saying find your next adventure, search destinations, and discover amazing places to stay, which is kind of nice. Good job, Horizons. But let's see what it gives me when I actually, search something up. So, okay. So obviously we can now see page change when we click the search button. Again, this design, like, it just doesn't add like normal travel pictures. And I know I said we would focus on the design a bit later, but this is bugging me so much. I just want this web app to have like a travel aesthetic so bad. So let's do that. I know we said functionality first, but I really want to like just tweak the design a little bit here. So let's do that.
I can see you noting in the prompt like to add travel pictures, but maybe describe Horizons. Where do you want it to place the pictures? In the home page or on the properties?
I think I want like, you know, this design where we have like a straight up like beautiful view of something picture in the homepage. So what do you think about that? Yeah, okay. Okay, this is a bit of a long prompt. Okay, and let's see what we've got. Okay, this is looking really nice. It has like this gradient white thing here. What do you think about this?
It tried to look nice, but I think it ended up fading it away too much.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know.
I like
You
the
should
picture
be a bit.
though.
The picture is great, but I think it should look way better than that. So I'd advise asking it to fix the text in the images at least.
But how about, what if we search up a property? Okay, it's actually giving me like property pictures now, I think, no?
Not yet. That's
But
just a
isn't
brick
that-
wall for now, but
I thought that was like a wall of some property. Okay, yeah, I mean, yeah, they're still all the same. Okay, so how about we ask Horizons to get rid of this ugly white fade that it put on this web app. And yeah, also change the property pictures just like as before. Let's ask it one more time. Okay, so we're gonna add this picture into Horizons.
how are we doing with time?
36 minutes on the clock. I mean, I think we're getting there. We're doing pretty good now, no? Like, we have like the general kind of layout. We still didn't get to the extra features that I want to add to this web app that Airbnb doesn't have that are uniquely mine. Okay, this is looking good. This looks much better, no? I mean, the picture still is looking a little bit weird here, but I mean, at least it's looking better here on the bottom, right?
Yeah, I'd advise you to ask Horizons to change the hero picture in the home page, and maybe, you know what, save some real estate on the front page. Ask it to have the Find Your Next Adventure hero text on top of the hero image.
Good point. Thank you for your tips. I thought you would be more judgmental of my web app. Way better. That's looking way better.
It sure does.
The picture is still a bit big, I would say, but it looks better.
Yeah, you can always, ask it reduce
Size of it, I
the
guess.
size, yeah, the height of the image if you want by a certain amount of percent. But like, remember you have less than 35 minutes. So
One last thing, I promise.
Yeah,
I
one
just
last
wanted
thing.
to-
I guess you just wanted to inspire you more. When it looks great, it feels great.
Right?
So,
Like, I just wanted to be so aesthetically nice.
no, you weren't too specific on this. So let's hope it doesn't reduce it too much.
Wow, that is great. That is really good. Okay, we're gonna leave it at that. That's it, guys. Obviously, there are still some things I would change, but for now, let's just get to the features I wanna add. Okay, so as I was saying, the extra features that I wanna add that Airbnb doesn't have. First one is, I want this web app to offer people dates on which it would be cheaper to book their stays. For example, let's say your travel dates are flexible. So it would say you're booking on March 21st to, let's say, April 6th. And it would say, oh, by the way, if you have flexible dates, it would be cheaper to book on, let's say, from April 7th to, I don't know, April 21st, something like that. So let's try and implement this feature because this is a feature that I actually thought of myself, believe it or not, and that I really wish Airbnb had when I was booking my stay to Bali on Airbnb. So let's try to implement this feature.
Nice. So this is just like some travel tips for saving money.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm all about saving money, so yeah. But what I did was kind of pre-think of this prompt because I knew I wanted this feature in this web app. So I thought of a prompt beforehand, but now looking at this prompt, I think it's a bit too long. So I think I'm gonna shorten it a bit and just say, I'm gonna shorten it even more and just say provide instead of providing, and then provide dynamic suggestions for travelers and even give it an example.
I think it interpreted you pretty well, like adding price comparison suggestions, creating dynamic availability hints. That is great. That is exactly what you wanted it to do. And adding seasonal pricing information, which is awesome. So let's see what it actually does. Because one thing I'd critique here, you kind of didn't specify where to actually do it. So, but let's, I know you're rushing. It is fine.
Yeah.
People, I don't think will rush that much to do it as a challenge, but let's see how Horizons actually understood this prompt.
Okay, well, I'm not sure where it's giving me the suggestions because I'm not seeing any. Are you?
Okay, check the listings maybe then.
Okay, let's try and search it up. Pick a Destination. Okay, it's not giving me destination options anymore either, which is kind of sad. Okay, let's try to search it manually and we'll fix that later. Search bar not functional, let's fix it.
So now you know kind of what is wrong.
Yeah.
Now you have a couple of things you can ask Horizons to do. So you need for it to offer you travel suggestions first,
Exactly.
then show property listings and focus on those kind of bugs, and then you can go on and ask it for those travel tips. You want them to be seen, I guess, at the calendar.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I got mad that you were critiquing me, but I didn't specify where I wanted the travel tips to be. So yeah, good point. But first things first, I wanted to just make the search bar functional because now it's not functional. We got our suggestions back, guys. This is awesome. So let's try it. Let's test it out. Okay, look at that. It now gives me like a property that I can book. I mean, the book now button isn't functional yet, but let's get back to the feature that I've been wanting to implement is basically copying the prompt again. So what I said before is, I think it was provide, yeah. I had a vision more of it being like above the calendar, but I think this might work even better if it's below, but we'll see. We'll see what Horizons comes up with here. Okay, so first destination, Paris. And look at that. It does give me a price. Look, price alert. Booking for March 25th could save you 20%. Pretty great, huh?
Awesome. Looks actually really great.
I know, right? Like, obviously right now it's just giving the same tip for everything. But obviously we could add like more tips here.
Well, they can be dynamic, I guess, in a way.
Yeah, right now, like it's not actually, guys, this app is not like actually connected to anything. So this isn't actually real. This is just a prototype, but I really like this alert. Like it would be dynamic and interactive and actually give like users, oh, and look, it gives other tips on different dates. Look at that, extended stay tip. Add one more night to get 50% weekly discount. That is pretty awesome, right?
Yeah,
right?
that is really great.
I
If
know.
there's anything
Great
else,
idea.
you kind of mentioned you wanted to add something on top of the calendar, maybe those dates that could save money, but I don't know.
No, you know what? I think it works on the bottom. I think that's good. I don't think we need to change anything. I love it.
It doesn't look cluttered at all. Yeah. It's visually pleasing. I think it's great for now.
Okay, let's leave it at that and let's get to my next feature that I really want to add. We have 22 minutes on the clock and I think we will be able to get something done here. So what I want to add is a Journey Hub premium feature. I'll explain in just a second. So I just pasted in a prompt here that I will use. And you know where I got this idea from? I got this off Quora because there was this guy who uses Airbnb apparently so much that he spends 7 months out of the year living in Airbnb properties. And he said, hey, I would love to have this feature because, you know, I use it so much. So like, you know, so airlines have miles for travelers who fly a lot and they can get like rewards. It would be awesome if Airbnb had that. So I really wanted to add this feature. Thank you, James. Okay, and guys, we've got our first error of today. So basically, just like, you know, a human developer would, Horizons also sometimes gets errors. But great news is that errors are usually pretty easy to fix with Horizons. The easiest way we can try to fix it is just click on Ask to Fix, and hopefully Horizons will fix the error for us. If it doesn't, there are plenty of other ways to troubleshoot errors with Horizons, and this does happen sometimes, but don't be scared, don't be discouraged. Like, you know, it's like a human, you know, people make errors, and this is an AI tool, so obviously you're gonna get some errors, but they're usually really easy to resolve, so don't worry. Okay, so as we can see, the error was not fixed. So what we're gonna do is click revert to this message, and then it's gonna come back to the basically version of the app when it was working properly. Basically, I guess Horizons didn't really understand my prompt, so we're gonna go into ChatGPT, we're gonna paste the prompt that I had, and we're gonna ask ChatGPT to make this prompt more AI friendly and easier to understand. So here it kind of rewrote this prompt. So it said, create a Journey Hub Gold feature that grants free premium access to users who booked more than 10 times in the past 6 months. I think this is pretty good. I mean, it wrote a bunch of other stuff, but I think this first sentence should be enough. What do you think?
I don't know. You can actually try to add the whole prompt, but it's your choice. It's your app, Elizabeth.
Hey, you're here to help me, okay? Okay, I think that's gonna be too long.
Okay, so it's already creating gold membership system, adding booking history tracking, implementing premium benefits, and adding visual indicators for gold status. I guess, yeah, that's the gist of it. All right, so while it's building, a quick disclaimer, having this will just be, I guess, page, because having a whole membership requires a database of users. Yeah, and if you want to do that, you need to connect it with Supabase, which is already available. A very quick solution with Horizons, but I guess for saving time now, you just want it to look good as an option, but not actually create a database for now. So let's just see what Horizons turns out for you.
And looks like this time it is fixing the error. And let's see. So it didn't give me an error, but I don't see the gold button anywhere. Like it should, right? It should give me an option. I don't see it. Maybe when we search, let's try it.
Well, that's the thing. You kind of didn't ask it to create a button on the homepage.
Yeah, I'm just basically saying create a button for the gold membership on the homepage. I think that's good, right? 13 minutes on the clock.
What do you think is, okay, you have 13 minutes, right? So what else do you want to implement or just focus on for now?
Okay, so these were the two main elements that I wanted to add on to this app that Airbnb doesn't have. So we're kind of doing that right now. If you can get this Journey Hub premium feature onto this app, then I will be really happy with that. And then I think I want to fix, since I do have some other ideas, but since I'm kind of running close with time, I just want to add some more functionality to the app. So basically make the Book Now button functional, just tweak some other things to make the app more functional. But I think with adding new features, this is going to be the last new feature that I add. Obviously, I have so many other ideas that I had brainstormed, but I don't think we'll have time for that. Okay, look. Oh, beautiful.
Awesome.
No, this is, and look, it even like, you click on it, it gives you all of this stuff, book 10 stays in 6 months to unlock premium benefits, and then you click on explore properties and it takes you back to the homepage. That is just really, really nice.
All
just
right, so
slay. Okay.
What about you give it a prompt, make the button center, and then leave it alone?
Okay, yeah, you're right. It probably should be centered. Okay, please. And then now we have 11 minutes, so we're doing that, leaving it alone, and working on the functionality. But I'm honestly, I'm kind of loving how this app is turning out. Like,
did you imagine it looking like this in your head?
Honestly, I didn't know what to think. Like, honestly, I didn't know if it was, I mean, I could have came here today and I mean, I could have, like, the Horizons could have not understood any of my prompts that I have pre-written or anything like that, but I really worked hard on them. I really pre-planned and, you know, I really didn't know what would happen, and it did center the button, so I'm really happy about that. Great, now let's see how we can make this even more functional than it is. Okay, so we search up, for some reason, it's not giving property listings for me. Okay, let's try Bali. Nothing.
Because, yeah, you saw for a moment.
Maldives. Okay, but why is it not giving me, like, see? The countries that are here that pop up, they don't have any listings, but if I type something in, then it has listings, so we should fix that.
For now, what I can notice, and you can take a second to marvel at you can like a trip now. There's extra tips on the features, but
that is cool.
I can notice one thing now, that the names of the properties are called by countries and just destinations and not like exact stuff. So maybe you can tackle that.
Prompt is in. Okay, looks like it understood me. Okay, so. Okay, great. Look at that. Okay, so Paris, France, and it gives the names La Petite Chateau, and it gives it gave the properties names, and it's all functional. You can search things up. It even gives you, look, at these suggestions, like it gives you the description, it gives you book next week and save 20% on your stay. I mean, this is great. Now, the thing is, the book now button is not functional. We want to make it functional, right? Yes. So let's prompt Horizons to do that.
So, and what do you want it to do when you click book now? Maybe you want to ask it for a demo page for each property that you click, that it includes, you know, all the descriptions and everything else in it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the goal here. So I'm going to try and describe it best as I can.
Yeah, click the like button and subscribe to our channel if you like more videos where I critique Elizabeth into making better web apps. Thanks. Let us know. Will the third time be the charm?
I think it is. It is. Okay, let's see if it was actually. Okay, we have Bali, Indonesia. I'm just gonna imagine I'm the one booking it for myself. Oh my god. This is great, no?
Yeah, this looks pretty great. Actually, I mean, you asked it in a prompt and it gave you this, which is great. Like for me,
this looks legit. Like this looks legit.
This looks pretty legit, and the price looks really, really legit too. Of course, if you have a minute, you can also try to squeeze in some more images here, I guess. And I guess we don't have the time to actually implement the payment options, which are available.
Yes,
you can connect Stripe, but it is, I don't think we can squeeze it in a minute.
No,
but it is available with Horizons. It's a very easy integration also.
Okay, last thing, I asked it to make images of actual properties because now they are just random. So we'll see. If it does implement new pictures, more relevant ones, then great. If it doesn't, well, you can do that. Like, it's definitely a thing you can do with Horizons. It's just, I'm running out of time. I'm under a lot of pressure. Okay, last test, guys. Oh, it did add great pictures. I mean, obviously it's still only one picture. We would want more, you know, pictures for each property, but it fixed the pictures, right? Which is pretty cool. And I mean, yeah, it gives you like date selection here. Obviously the reserve button isn't functional, and we're running out of time. We have 10 seconds left, so I won't have time to prompt anything else, but I mean, I think we've accomplished a pretty great web app here. And it is time! We can hear the big loud timer going off. So yeah, my hour is all done. I'm gonna turn this iPad off because it's been stressing me out the whole video, but now since the timer went off and I'm done with editing my web app, let's actually deploy it and see how it looks.
So to do that, you just click this nice purple publish button.
And yeah, then we get this unique link to view our site, and okay, that actually looks pretty good. Like, okay, I'll pull up Airbnb. Obviously it has way more properties and a lot of features and stuff, but just from looking at it, like, this app looks pretty good. What do you think?
I think it still needs a little bit of tweaking.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, but still, like, come on, it looks pretty nice. Depending, like, if you focus on how much time you've actually spent on this, it's absolutely amazing, because developing this from scratch would take way longer. So I guess for now, let's test out the couple of features that you wanted to add, see how it stands up, and yeah, let's see how it works.
Okay, so let's test it out. We're gonna select Bali because, I mean, I can't stop thinking about Bali right now. And there we go, it gives me the property. Also, let's just see, it gives me the price alert here. So it added that feature that I really was excited about. Then the book now button is functional. And it gives me, like, you know, we can reselect dates here, we can select the guests. It has like very small description. Obviously we would need to add more, but it has like these features here that Airbnb has as well. Obviously reserve button isn't yet functional. We could make it functional, we just ran out of time. But overall, like, it's pretty nice, right?
Yeah, and what about the gold membership you worked so hard on?
Yes, that's also something I'm really proud of. I mean, look at that. That's something really cool. Like, this is a cool thing, no? Like, book 10 stays and in 6 months unlock premium benefits. Like, this is like miles for flying. Like, this is pretty cool. So yeah, I'm really happy that this works. And also, if you click explore properties, it takes you back to the homepage where you can explore the properties. Now, this feature is pretty nice. And also the aesthetic, even though we didn't have a lot of time to like play around with it and fix it, you know, it has these little icons here that look really cool. The search bar looks really aesthetically pleasing. We have like a bunch of nice pictures here. The font is nice. The gold button is nice. Like, it looks nice.
It really looks great. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of the little small categories, but still, this is a thing Horizon just picked up from your image prompt, right?
Yeah.
It just took in and said, "Oh, this is what you want. I can give it to you from an image." So that's
From
pretty
Airbnb,
impressive for
exactly.
me. But considering it added so much of the things you asked for and some great features you kind of didn't have the time to explain about, I'd be pretty happy considering you just spent an hour creating this little page. Leave us a comment if you actually want us to continue this as a series or watch more of creating live web apps on Horizons.
Yeah, so definitely leave your thoughts in the comments down below. I would absolutely love to hear them and hear what you think about videos like these. And also, guys, thank you so much for watching. This is the end for this video, for this stressful and exciting video. And also, if you want to try out Hosting Your Horizons yourself, please click the link in the description below and join Horizons Early Access. And also in the description, you will find a coupon code for 10% off your purchase for Horizons. I mean, guys, this AI tool can do some crazy things. So definitely check it out. And if you want more videos on Horizons and us explaining how Horizons works and everything Horizons related, definitely check out other videos on our YouTube channel, as we have a ton of content on Horizons. And that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching once again, and I will see you in the next one.